Hello, this is NHL News Live here for the National Hockey League. We got some new news right now. First, we will start off with the Maple Leafs sign Panic to one-year contract for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Panic, age 24, recorded 17 points, 11 goals, 6 assists in 76 games with the Maple Leafs after he was claimed off waivers from the Tampa Bay Lightning on October 9, 2014. In 75 previous NHL games with Tampa Bay, the Martin, Slovakia native collected 22 points, 8 goals, and 14 assists. And also, moving on here will be, if we could find it, another news for the Los Angeles Kings. Not expected until the last second, but J.F. Berube, after all, will not be joining the Kings roster just yet, as the Kings have just agreed to terms with goaltender Jonas Enroth. He was the assistant backup goalie for Lehtinen of the Dallas Stars. They signed him for a one-year contract, $1.25 million, the team announced Wednesday. Enroth, age 27, was 18, 26, and 2 with a .904 save percentage in 50 games split between the Buffalo Sabres and Dallas Stars in 2014 through 15. The 50 games was a career high. In the 3 previous seasons, Enroth had a save percentage of .911 or better, but also played 28 games or fewer. This happened as the Los Angeles Kings traded its backup goaltender Martin Jones to the Boston Bruins on June 26 as part of a trade for forward Milan Lucic. So that means, Kings fans, wherever you are, that Jean-Francis Berube will not be joining the Kings roster just yet. Another one of big news, especially for the Maple Leafs and also the Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins acquire Phil Kessel from the Maple Leafs. Big one. Basically, the Maple Leafs star player. The Pittsburgh Penguins acquired forward Phil Kessel from the Toronto Maple Leafs on Wednesday in a trade involving 6 players and draft picks, the teams announced. Kessel, along with forward Tyler Biggs, defenseman Tim Erickson, and a 2016 second-round draft pick, went to Pittsburgh for defenseman Scott Harrington, forwards Kasperi Kapanen and Nick Spaulding, and first and third round picks in 2016. Toronto will also retain a $1.25 million per year of Kessel's salary. Kessel, who had 25 goals in 82 games last season, is signed for 7 more seasons with an $8 million salary cap charge, according to WarOnIce.com. The Penguins were in the market for a top 6 wing that could play with either Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin. Kessel is a 5-time 30-goal scorer who has 227 goals in 668 games, including 181 goals with Toronto in the past 6 seasons, while playing primarily with Tyler Bozak as his center. Big news for both of those teams, and also the Phoenix Coyotes signed Brad Richardson, a former King and also a former Vancouver Canuck, to a 3-year contract. Big news for Brad Richardson, and also another thing too, former Los Angeles King and also former Carolina Hurricane Andrej Sekera is now going to the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers have agreed to terms with defenseman Andrej Sekera on a 6-year contract. Sekera's contract is reportedly worth $33 million, TSN reported, and will have average annual value of $5.5 million per year. Sekera, 29, had 3 goals and 23 points in 73 games split between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Los Angeles Kings this past season. His team also produced 54.2% of the shots attempts when he was on the ice at even strength in 2014 and 15. So another defenseman lost by the Los Angeles Kings. And another one. Bushman will be signed with the Colorado Avalanche. Big trade as the Ducks lose a good player. And also another one too. Let's see. Brandon Saad will be traded to the Blue Jackets, reportedly. But what we're going to look at now is free agency coverage live here.
You know, he had productive years. He's a talented player. This wasn't about singling out one guy because, or trying to pin the blame on one guy. There were, teams came after me about Phil because Phil's a talented player. It was really, again, like I go back to the end of the season when I said after watching for a year, it was my belief and the belief of our management team that the way that our team was assembled and going forward, it wasn't going to get much better. It was not going to be the type of team that we felt was going to challenge for a Stanley Cup at some point. So changes had to be made.
Does this get the ball rolling on maybe some other core guys that might be...
And that is what's happened so far. And also, really quick here before we go out, our free agents. You will be surprised on who these free agents are. I think it was here. Okay. Brad Richardson, Bushman to Colorado. There was a Jonas and Roth. Now there is some news with one particular Los Angeles King. It will be Justin Williams. Justin Williams now is a free agent. He will not be coming back. Ducks acquire Biesca from Canucks for draft pick. But Tarasenko from the St. Louis Blues is indeed a restricted free agent. Anze Kopitar and Steven Stamkos headed UFA. Now right here, top 20 players. This is the last thing before we end this session. Top 20 players available via free agency. Here we are. Mike Richards. P.A. Parentu, Cody Hodgson, Victor Stahlberg. In the past few days, Richards cleared on conditional waivers and has had his contract terminated by the Los Angeles Kings. So there's Francis Bushman, Matt Bolesky from the Ducks, Christian Eroff from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Eric Fair from the Capitals, Cody Franson from Nashville, Michael Frolic, the Jets, Mike Green, Capitals, Paul Martin, Penguins, Michael Nearith, New York, Johnny Oduya, Chicago, Paparento, Canadiens, Kerry Ramo, Flames, Mike Ribeiro, Nashville Predators, Brad Richards, Chicago, Mike Richards, Los Angeles Kings, Andre Sekera, Los Angeles Kings, Jerry Lusty, Jets, Antony Vermette, Chicago, Joel Ward, Capitals, Justin Williams, Los Angeles Kings. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and be able to watch next time on NHL News Live.